particular, the chocolate flavor. I have had different brands of chocolate flavored protein shakes, and the SlimFast one was the best, in my opinion. I noticed it was hazy the other day and the moon was orange. Hazy! Hazy, that's the word that I was looking for. Yeah. I'm going to pig out on Timbits and the breakfast food. Oh, Tim Hortons breakfast is yummy. And the Timbits are good. They have these Timbits right now that are blueberry cheesecake, and they're really good. Sadly, I think they're like limited time. But they're really, really good. Alright. We're going to learn how SlimFast became a billion-dollar diet craze machine. Let's go.
1980s and 90s were an era of high-cut spandex leotards,
Hell
fitness
yeah.
videos, and fat-free everything. Supermarket shelves around the U.S. suddenly overflowed with dieting beverages and snacks, all promising effortless weight loss, which, scientifically, is the best kind of weight loss. Atop this mountain of products stood the SlimFast meal replacement shakes, which took center stage in the 80s diet beverage trend. Today on Weird History Food...
I did not know that was that old. What the hell?
We're talking about the rise and fall of the SlimFast diet craze, which goes far beyond its parade of celebrity endorsements. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History channel. After that, leave a comment and let us know what other diet fads you would like to hear about. Okay, time to take a big chocolatey guzzle of diet shake history.
Yummy.
SlimFast's story is deeply intertwined with ebbs and flows inherent to the dieting culture that have been pervasive for centuries. In fact, the first liquid diet is said to have originated in 1028, when William the Conqueror, portly from middle-aged weight gain and embarrassed by his girth, vowed to consume nothing but wine and spirits until he regained his svelte figure. That, didn't work. Next time, maybe try steamed broccoli. But weight loss trends persisted, and shedding pounds by any means necessary often took precedent over meeting minimum daily nutrition requirements.
For me, the SlimFast thing says you're supposed to like use it as a meal replacement, and you're supposed to have, I think, 2 to 3 of them a day. But when I had them, I only replaced my breakfast, and then I ate. And then I was just more calorie conscious throughout the rest of the day. But I just replaced my breakfast with the SlimFast shake. Just for the novelty, even though I don't have any interest in conventional sports, my American ass is going to pick up a pack of hockey trading cards. Ooh. Hockey trading cards is something I haven't seen in a long time. We had a garage sale the other day, and it was like the first time I've seen, I think it's like the first time I've seen hockey cards. My aunt pulled out like a really old binder full of them, because she wanted to know if any of them were worth something. And I think a couple of them were worth quite a bit. But yeah, she had a lot. I was like, damn.
So where does our opaque liquid protagonist SlimFast fit into this story? Thompson Medical Company, SlimFast's sinister-sounding parent company, was established in 1945 by S. Daniel Abraham after he left his family's medical business to branch out on his own. His first step? Acquiring the rights to an itch-relieving cream, which he used to build a reputation and establish his firm. Nothing builds trust like peddling an itch cream. You just believe in a guy like that. Abraham continued to grow his business, quickly expanding into diet products after observing their market potential. His diet line began with a hunger-suppressing gum he called Slim Mint Gum in 1956. The gum contained a topical anesthetic called benzocaine, more commonly known as Oragel, because those were the days you could just put powerful drugs in food and sell it to people. We call
yes, like cocaine and coke.
The good old days. Despite generating legal controversy from the federal government, Slim Mint Gum was a modest success that led Abraham to develop a diet pill called Figure Aid in 1960. By the 1970s, liquid diets were becoming more mainstream as a means to drop pounds quickly, and Abraham saw an opening for a new product line. Abraham launched SlimFast in 1976, as other liquid diets were also entering the market.
I had no idea the company was this old. What the heck? I thought they were like
SlimFast was a
new-ish.
powder that, when mixed with skim milk, was supposed to resemble a milkshake. The concoction was intended to be a meal replacer, meaning you drink a glass of SlimFast at breakfast and lunch instead of actually eating anything.
Yep.
Then you'd round out the day's calories with a sensible dinner, meaning not nachos. Though pharmaceutical diet pills had been popular since the development of dinitrophenol.
But I want the nachos. They're so much better than the salad. I want the salad.
Manufactured liquid-based diet products had yet to be mass-produced
What
and
the
marketed to consumers. Nobody really knew how to convince the public to buy them. So
Hold up. What does this poster say? Eat. Eat, eat. And always stay thin. No diet, no baths. No baths. No exercise. No danger, guaranteed harmless. See, this makes me, whenever I see this, it makes me feel like it's dangerous and harmful. Fat, the enemy that is shortening your life, banished. How? With sanitized tapeworms. Freaking hell yeah! Just eat those tapeworms right up, and they will take care of everything else. Oh, God. I'm going to puke. What the hell? I grew up seeing SlimFast ads on the TV in the 90s. I never seen it before until like a couple years ago when I tried them. The original meal replacement, coffee with cream instead of breakfast. Yes, the most common one, yeah. What are you having for breakfast? Coffee. Oh, okay.
How to convince the public to buy them. So Thompson Medical was dipping its toes into uncharted waters when it came to promotion, and the market suddenly became very crowded. In 1976, the same year SlimFast was released, a popular book called The Last Chance Diet was also published. The book advised drinking a very low-calorie, high-protein liquid a few times a day. Liquid diets, more than 50 of them, began flooding store shelves under various brand names. Some promoted only 300 calories a day, and others featured a main ingredient that was an enticing blend of bovine byproducts, including enzymatically pre-digested cowhide. Pre-digested cowhide? I can already feel the pounds falling.
Oh, that's
But
gross.
the liquid diet trend hit an early snag. By 1977, data from the Center for Disease Control suggested that at least 15 deaths had been linked to the low-calorie liquid diet trend. The FDA jumped into action, issuing warnings about the dangers of liquid dieting products, and pulling SlimFast and other products of its kind from store shelves. Despite the struggles associated with the original release of SlimFast in 1977, Thompson Medical decided to re-release the diet shake in the early 1980s, also known as the Try Again decade. And it worked, kind of. Well, not at first. By 1984, Abraham had already recorded earnings of $197 million thanks to SlimFast, prompting him to continue pushing development and promotion. In 1989, the company caught wind of a weight loss wager between Los Angeles Dodgers manager Tommy Lasorda and two of his players, Oral Hershiser and Kirk Gibson. If Lasorda lost 35 pounds, the two players would donate $20,000 each to a charity of Lasorda's choice.
Damn, that's a lot of money. Maybe he didn't try to break into Canada. I heard within the last year that Canada doesn't have Capri Sun, though a different Canadian told me that he thinks they used to be in the Canadian market. Oh. Capri Sun. Oh yeah, we had Minute Maid juice and stuff like that. I don't remember ever seeing Capri Sun here in Canada myself. When did SlimFast come to Canada? Yeah, SlimFast was in 1977 or something. Probably I just wasn't really looking for those kind of drinks, so I probably just never noticed it.
SlimFast saw an opening. The high-stakes wager was the promotional opportunity SlimFast needed to compete with the celebrity endorsements other weight loss beverages were attracting, such as OptiFast deal with Oprah Winfrey. Lasorda agreed to have the wager sponsored by Ultra SlimFast. He lost the
Oh my
weight.
god.
Hershiser and Gibson donated money to the
Ultra
Sisters of
Slim
Mercy
Fast.
convent in Nashville, Tennessee, preventing the nuns' eviction. Dropping pounds for the Lord. Attaboy, Tommy. It's like the Blues Brothers sequel we didn't know we wanted, instead of the one we didn't want. When SlimFast brought on Lasorda as its first official celebrity endorser, the company experienced an impressive uptick in sales and customer engagement. According to research conducted by
Wow.
SlimFast, Lasorda was an especially effective spokesman with female consumers. Women found him to be credible because he was a man admitting to a weight problem on national television. And he was
Oh
showing
my
successful
god.
results due to his use of the SlimFast product. Ladies love Cool Tommy, especially those nuns. With this research in hand, combined with the campaign's positive sales returns, Abraham decided to expand SlimFast's roster of celebrity spokespeople. Along with a freshly minted slogan, SlimFast Way of Life, the company released a new collection of advertisements featuring endorsements from celebrities like then New York Mayor Ed Koch, Frank and Kathy Lee Gifford, Peter DeLuise, and Mel Torme. And if you're anything
I
like
don't know
us,
any of these
don't make a
people.
single purchase until Mel Torme weighs in. Despite the diet shake's popularity, SlimFast and its competitors earned a less than positive reputation among doctors and dietitians. Aside from concerns
Obviously.
about daily nutrient intake, doctors were also concerned the shakes offered a no-brain approach to dieting. Oh yeah, that's the whole point. Haven't you been listening? Even if dieters did lose weight, there was no behavioral learning associated with the process.
Exactly. It's a fad diet. You drink the shakes, but you're not going to do that for the rest of your life. So you're drinking these shakes, you're losing weight, and now you're going to go back to your normal way of eating because you didn't learn how to eat healthier, so you're just going to gain all the weight back. Yep. Hello, Warped. Welcome in. More advertising restrictions. America is known for laws full of loopholes because many of the more recent laws were drafted by corporation lobbyists and lawyers. Apparently, America has a lot more ad placements on average than similarly developed countries. I believe that 100%. Stick advertisements everywhere. You get an ad, everyone gets an ad.
That would help them keep the weight off without the shakes. Nutritionist Mindy Herman was quoted in a Washington Post article pointing out that with SlimFast, nobody is teaching you how to eat once you've finished losing weight. Many worried that the shakes, advertised as breakfast and lunch meal replacements, would simply prompt consumers to put off their daily binge until dinner time. SlimFast wasn't only running into trouble with medical professionals. Although the dieting industry has always been saturated with options, from dieting pills to meal plans and low-calorie bars, the rapid rise of SlimFast diet shakes caught the attention of more than just consumers. Abraham soon found he no longer had a stranglehold on his target market, and knockoff brands and competing diet drinks flooded supermarkets. SlimFast's major competitors in the mid-90s were Dynatrim and OptiFast, with a handful of other brands close behind, including Dick Gregory's Slim Safe Bahamian Diet, Diet Fast, Twin Fast, Slim and Trim, and Firmaloss. Oh boy.
Oh
Can we
my
just mix all
god.
those together and make a super weight loss shake? Like the curse from that movie Thinner? Yeah, you're right. Probably not.
Ah,
end of
yes,
1990
the Atkins diets. God, there's so many different fad diets.
1999, SlimFast dominated, with 46% of the target market and more than $611 million.
I tried the vanilla flavor and the strawberry, but I really only like the chocolate one, to be
in
honest.
sales. According to
Wow,
estimates,
that's a
growth
lot of
was on the
money.
horizon, which is partly why the multinational company Unilever offered to buy SlimFast for $2.4 billion. Unilever hoped to use
Holy.
its international connections to market SlimFast products abroad. Up until then, more than 90% of the sales had been in the U.S. By 2000, however, much to Unilever's dismay, the dieting industry had pivoted to a new megatrend, the low-carb, high-protein diet, most notably the Atkins diet. SlimFast had spent nearly a decade at the top, but the Atkins diet offered a fresh new spin, promoting meals high in protein but low in carbs and sugar. Whether a result of coincidence or competition, SlimFast sales began to decline substantially as Atkins rose in popularity. SlimFast would see its sales decrease significantly for the next 4 years, dropping by 21% in 2003 alone.
Ooh, let me guess. This is when they stopped advertising it as a meal replacement and instead it became a protein drink. Hope your AC gets fixed soon with the summer coming closer. Yeah, it's been pretty terrible trying to sleep. Last night was terrible. Tonight's supposed to be cooler, I think, so hopefully it will cool off. We'll have the window open. Try Hat reminds me of the AIDS chocolate that apparently was around but then fell out of favor due to the AIDS epidemic. What? What the heck? I've never heard of that before. It's already 90 Fahrenheit where I'm from. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Chocolate is a stronger flavor and can probably better overpower other tastes that have to be in it to have its desired effect. True. True. I was surprised though by I mentioned this a little bit earlier. The SlimFast chocolate was by far the best chocolate flavored protein shake that I've tried to date. Usually they're kind of gross.
Response, SlimFast began developing new marketing strategies. Atkins, like the liquid diets before,
Which I guess is because of the amount of protein in it, but
was being criticized by dietitians for being unhealthy, with its promotion of
obviously.
a high-fat diet causing particular concern. SlimFast responded by launching new products including soup and snacks, and ran a marketing campaign focusing on the safety of its weight loss products. And in 2004, SlimFast ran a successful series of ad campaigns featuring Oscar-winning actor and comedian Whoopi Goldberg, unfortunately subjecting America to more Whoopi Goldberg. The campaign came to a swift halt, however, after Goldberg made controversial comments about President George W. Bush during a fundraiser for then Democratic nominee John Kerry. As reported in the New York Post, Goldberg delivered an X-rated rant full of sexual innuendos against President Bush late night at a Radio City gala. Waving a bottle
Damn,
of wine,
okay.
she fired off a stream of vulgar sexual wordplays on Bush's name and boasted that she'd refuse to let Team Kerry clear her material. Oh, Whoopi, you are a national treasure. Angry customers flooded SlimFast's inbox with complaints, prompting the company to end its relationship with her. SlimFast struggled to stay relevant in the 2000s, as it continually found itself falling behind new and evolving diet trends. Other companies began focusing on healthier, more nutritious food choices, in contrast to those lose-weight fast schemes that dominated the 2 previous decades. Yet another wave of new products was appealing to the dieting consumer, including special case cereals and other products that relied on wholesome ingredients rather than artificial sweeteners and chemicals. Although SlimFast attempted to adapt to the new dieting environment of the 2000s, the company's performance fell short of expectations, leading to a steady downward spiral. At the height of its diet shake empire,
Oh, no.
SlimFast was making $850 million in sales annually. Yet in 2014, sales had dropped to $140 million. A thin
holy, that's a pretty big difference. Wow. Is this making anyone else hungry? Yes. I feel like I want to go eat now. Oh my god, we're gonna get some food from our local barbecue place tomorrow for dinner. I can't wait. Can't wait. It's humid as F, so that doesn't help. Yeah, because of the rain. Firehouse subs. Yummy. Yummy.
slice of the market the company had once dominated. The halcyon days of Tommy Lasorda fitting into comfortably snug jeans to save a convent were far behind them. That year, Unilever sold the SlimFast brand to a private equity firm called Kainos Capital, the parent company of KFS Holdings. Within 4 years of this purchase, KFS Holdings had sold SlimFast to an Irish nutrition company called Glanbia. for $350 million, along with a few other products. But don't count the grandpappy of diet shakes out so SlimFast. As recently as 2020, SlimFast reformulated its products and now has released offerings to keep up with the current diet trends, including keto, low carb, and immunity product lines. They also launched a diet program with the SlimFast Together app, which allows users to customize their diet plans and track their progress.
The hell?
All they need to do now is secure an exciting
For only
celebrity
$50 a
endorsement and
tub.
they'll be back on top. What's Mel Torme up to? So what do you think? Did you ever try SlimFast? Are you unhappy with who you are? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, check out some of these other videos from Weird History
Food. Hell yeah. Now I want to go eat.